Without sounding like a bitter Betty, I just want to say that every single woman, I don't give a what age you are, sis, you only need to be worried about two things: getting money and traveling. Getting money and traveling. A Mexican Vietnamese fusion restaurant. Did you hear what I said? Mexican and Vietnamese. But also, I have Gator Queso, which, if that's not the most country, bayou, backwoods, river, listen, I had to get it. I had to order it.
Hear that bounce? You gotta bounce, James. Okay, you gotta bounce it. Okay, it's gotta have that feel, right? That's the same feel that came over with our ancestors that became jazz, that became James Brown, that became funk. There's another something in it.
48 hours in Dallas, Texas. I had one mission and one mission alone: to get my ass back out there as an entrepreneur. And I started with vending. But before I did, tell me Brother Man is not giving Kermit vibes. Yes, I asked for his permission. And here's Marge. She saw me at the airport, prayed for me, and it was beautiful. But let's go. I'm in a very segregated area, and the people are uncomfortable. The people, I did the ancestors' work this morning. Amen. I literally had 2 hours of sleep, had to deal with a time change, got out of the airport to my churro, but before I got there, my Uber driver put me on the side of the road, had to drive all the way to North Dallas, and then arrived to set up for this.
Think about our babies, our communities, the causes we care about, all of those things mean money. So we want to give our babies experiences, we want to improve our communities, we want to take care of people we love. That stuff costs money. Right. So the more money we earn, the more that we can enrich the lives of those around us. And like statistically, women are like more charitable than men.
I literally had a business, and not by my own lack of discipline, I literally lost everything at one point in time, and that really effed with my confidence. And so what entrepreneurship has taught me, or even having a side hustle, is that you have to take a risk on yourself at every turn, whether calculated or impulsive. And that's what this trip really was for me.
Pretty much all of us have a story of how our business or even our career journey started with us. Just there was a moment, something happened, and that's what led us on that path. So that happened for me back in 2016. I was laid off from my job while I was 5 months pregnant with my second daughter, Macy.
Would you spend $1,000 to put your vision and yourself out there, knowing that you don't have a secure income or limited income, and also knowing that there is a chance that you will not make a profit? You will not make a profit. Before you judge me, judge your mother and ask her why she raised you to judge people. Now, I did spend $1,000, y'all. I am just getting back from a 48-hour mega stay in Dallas, Texas. And I'm going to break down to you how I lost, but really invested $1,000 to reposition myself to begin again in entrepreneurship, side hustleship, and really living out my dream. I tell y'all to do this all the time. Here's a breakdown of how I knowingly, willingly lost $1,000 to put myself out there. So round trip tickets from Atlanta to Dallas, $170. For the vendor table, there were two options. You could either do vending with brunch, which put it at 125, or without brunch, you could do the vending for $65. I opted for the 125. I usually have a particular hotel brand that I stay at, a chain and franchise that I stay at, but for this trip, I couldn't pay the $400 to stay there for 2 nights. So I found a lesser known chain and spent $155. To order 15 hardcover journals from Amazon was $140. It was $137. And then Turo for 3 days of a rental car was $181. However, I'm currently in dispute because they charged me for one more day plus a late fee of $113, but I'm currently charged. So I have not yet won the dispute. So with the overcharge, I spent $884. Without it, I spent $771. I spent $17 to fill up on gas. It was a really great car, Nissan Rogue, and then I think I may have spent like between $50 and $60 for food. So that puts me at $1,000. Now we can deduce $155 for the hotel room because my friend felt so much excitement for me putting myself back out there that they took care of it, and I'm really really appreciative of that. And that is how I knowingly, willingly invested $1,000 to lose back to my future. I could not go to Texas and not visit the infamous HEB store. I went there. I was very disappointed. It was given Stu Leonard's, Publix, I don't know, Whole Foods. I just thought it was something else, but hey. Here's me doing all the touristy things right outside of the Pan African Connection bookstore and resource center. And I've never seen a collection of Zora Neale Hurston like this. I will be back there June 6th through 8th. I will be hosting a meditation shop. I'll leave the information below. Here's the owner, Adjoa. I was really getting it in, y'all. And I don't know why I decided to go and fill 48 hours with all the things. Like, all the things. I ended up going to a festival that I thought it was going to be different than what it is. I didn't know it was going to be outside, like an outside market type of situation, but it was cool. Definitely seeing the diversity and separation that Dallas has, but it is the South. And I don't mean that in any type of way. I actually had a great time. I went by myself, me and my overactive nervous system, and in Texas, at a festival by myself. Let's go. One of the things that I knew I was going to do outside of getting on that plane and making some money was to eat. I have been following this account for like 2 years and I finally made it, y'all. Check out the review. So obviously I'm in Texas, and you know, one of the things I didn't report on, I just believe Texas has some good food. And while I'm only in Dallas, there were a few restaurants that I had seen on Instagram that I wanted to go to. I think there was like 3 of them that I didn't, and they were like vegan spots, you know. But so what I have here is Cris and John's in Dallas, and Cris and John's is a Mexican Vietnamese fusion restaurant. Did you hear what I said? Mexican and Vietnamese. So I have a tofu pho burrito. So part of the fusion is they made pho, and I think it's really pronounced pho. And they put it in a burrito, and for mine, I have tofu. She added chili sauce for $1. I didn't want her to do that because, you know, it is medium price. It's a street food restaurant. So I guess at one time they may have had like a food cart or something, but now it's in a restaurant. They're really, really fast, speedy customer service, especially for the lines and people not knowing what they want. They have a lot of patience, the entire staff, from the front of the house to the back. So kudos to Cris and John's for that. But here is what I have. So you can see my tofu chunks. Of course I have a lime, and they put the rice noodles in the burrito. And I got, for someone else, some burritos. How do you say it? Burritos? Burrera. I don't really know. And this was a combination plate. It looks good, but it smells even better. So, you know, I don't eat on camera, but I do want to see how it tastes. And since you're right here, let's give it a go. This is really, it's heavy. And this is a small, so, or regular. Okay, hold on. I was mad at her for putting the chili sauce on there because I know it's extra. I'm just being cheap. This is so good. I can only imagine. So they have tofu, chicken, and 2 different kinds of steaks and beef. I imagine if you love beef, this would be really, really good in that. But I'm not a number scores person, and I hate going all the way up to 10. But 1 out of 5, I'm gonna give this a 4.8, just because it's my first time having it or anything like it. Super good. So the next thing I have is I wanted some fish ever since I got here, and I couldn't get any. So I stopped at this place on the side of the road called Flying Fish or something, and I got me some catfish, but I ate it in the car. It was good. But also, I have gator queso, which, if that's not the most country, bayou, backwoods, river, listen. I had to get it. I had to order it, so I can't wait to taste it. And here we have gator queso, which, if you've never had, I don't see any gator. Is it in there? Or they minced it? Yo. They gave me regular queso. I don't even want to eat this. Bye. Okay, so I was like, I spent $10 on this dip. I'm not really cheap, but when it comes to food, listen. So I had to just see, did they put the gator in here? They put the gator in here. They minced it. So I can't even show you. If you've never had gator, it really tastes like chicken and something fishy, like maybe like catfish or, like fishy, earthy fishy. Anyway, this is by far, seriously, the best house-made, homemade queso I have ever had in my life. And I have been eating cheese of all sorts and kinds and variety for as long as I've been alive, okay? This queso right here from Flying Fish in Addison, Texas. My good God, have mercy. Okay. Good morning. I don't know if you remember this particular video. Let me tell you what I wasted my time on. You can think about it and guess yourself. Sis, get your money and get your passport. Get your money and get on the goddamn plane. So that's what I did. I got on a plane and I just spent the most epic 48 hours in Dallas, Texas. And let me tell you something. Not only is the food amazing, I love the culture, but sis got some business done. I'm giving entrepreneurship a completely different perspective. And while it may seem wild in this economy and this administration, let's see what happens, y'all. I'm proud of myself. I'm about to tell you everything. Yeah.